Hello, everybody. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Show, and it is Championship Transfer Update Episode 3. Gonna go through every single deal done in the Championship over this transfer window. We're not doing rumours. You can go to Sky Sports News for that and your red top Daily Mail online. We're just going to go through deals in and out that have been completed, and I'll talk a little bit about the player and maybe what that means for the club, particularly in terms of exits. There's about 10 or 11 in this latest one, so if it doesn't include a player that you know has come and gone from your club, it might be in episode 2 or episode 1, but fear not. We will get every player covered across the summer. Just very quickly, as ever on these shows, I'll be using Transfermarkt for the figures. Obviously, always up and down with transfer figures, but I just figure if I use just the one source, at least we get some kind of consistency in that regard, even if some clubs are very, very clandestine about hiding to us what their transfer fees actually are. Let's have a look. There's some interesting ones. A Championship transfer record, a Championship legend, and a centre-half who probably every single Championship team would happily take on the right deal. So let's have a look. And by Championship legend, obviously I'm talking about Lee Camp here, who has, what is he now, 35, been released by Birmingham City. I talk a ranker coming in for Birmingham. But he doesn't want Lee Camp. Camp's played for seemingly every single Championship club at some point. He's also played for Neil Warnock a few times and Warnock in at Borough. Maybe Lee Camp will end up there as just part of a 3-man goalkeeping team. Whether or not he's going to be a first-choice Championship goalkeeper, whether he will go to League One to be a first choice, or whether he'd be happy to just play out his last days and be part of a team. They're ready to step in if needs be, but not the first choice guy. We will see. I don't know if he's got any plans on going in on coaching, but Lee Camp, a Championship legend, up for grabs if anybody wants him. Bailey Wright there has gone out from Bristol City to Sunderland in League One. Second Bristol City player. Remember, they're without manager. Matty Taylor went out to Oxford. So Bailey Wright goes to Sunderland there. I remember when he was at Preston, Bailey Wright, sort of quite highly rated and went off to Bristol City. I wonder what would have happened if he'd stayed at Preston and developed there rather than getting lost at Bristol City, and he's ended in League One now. Hey, given Sunderland's strong start to the transfer window, he may end up back in the Championship if they can get a promotion fixed up this season. But he's going to be playing in League One next season, and another one off the liability sheet of Bristol City for the new manager, if and when someone's appointed. Dean Holding's still the favourite there. I must say, Thursday morning, if that's gone through by the time you watch it, I've been waiting weeks now, haven't we, for Bristol City. Alvaro Jimenez has left Birmingham permanently. He'd been in from Almeria last summer, 3 goals, as you can see there. He'd been on loan to Cadiz. It's gone permanently. Transfermarkt are reporting 2.4 million quid. So that would be a very good deal in terms of Birmingham and more money in the coffers on top of that Bellingham money. If and when, I know I had some pedant on YouTube the other day saying, oh, Bellingham money. Yes, we don't know how much comes and when and how it's split, but by the way, to that pedant, you can also split your spending over 3 or 4 years. So the Bellingham money is relevant, obviously. Here's the most interesting one. There you go. Mike van der Hoorn, released by Swansea, 27 years old, 125 games in 4 seasons for Swansea. This guy is going to have a queue out the door to sign him. So you can get him on a free, really good age, 27, good size, good physicality. He's played for Swansea. He can pass the ball. He can play in a progressive way. Genuinely, any club in the Championship would want Mike van der Hoorn. I wonder if there's any European ones, obviously coming from Ajax previously, or any Premier League teams would want to take him, maybe a squad guy in the Premier League. But certainly, I would have thought if any of those, particularly those relegated teams who can probably afford with their parachute payments to finance a decent wage for a free transfer of this nature, I think Van der Hoorn is going to be very, very sought after. We'll see where he ends up. Let's hope he stays in the Championship because he's been a good player down here, but he may go further afield. We'll see. Jordan Clark into Luton. His contract had expired at Accrington. Andy Holt had been very clear with Accrington that he basically went into austerity mode the second that COVID started and contracts would be run down. 26 years old, right-sided midfielder, winger. So where he fits in terms of a Nathan Jones Luton side that traditionally play quite a tight midfield with a number 10, I don't know. But good to see that Luton have got their first body in the door. And fans always like a free transfer, don't they? They always like to see... fans always like to think that free transfers are actually free when often certain free transfers cost way more than, fees, published fees as transfer fees, because we don't get to see what the agent payment, what the signing on fee, bonuses and wages are. But fans like free transfers. Let's just leave it there. Here's another free transfer. Out of Norwich, Sean Raggett, who we have seen in the Championship on loan at Rotherham, but he'd been down at Pompey there, 2-year deal, only 26. I've got a funny feeling the Championship hasn't seen the last of Sean Raggett in whatever form or fashion, whether, like I said with Bailey Wright, that's he signs to League One and gets promoted, or other methods of getting up here. But I just have a sneaking suspicion on Raggett only being 26, big, solid centre half there. Here's one of the relegated clubs. Obviously, we're going to get a lot of players in those Bournemouth, Norwich and Watford squads going out. Obviously, Norwich were the previous deal, weren't they, with Sean Raggett. This is Dimitri Folke, has left Watford there. That is £1.8 million in. He'd been on loan already at Granada. God, look there. Substituted after 33 minutes of an 8-0 defeat at Manchester City. That sounds like one of those ones, get off the pitch, get your bags and get out. But 1.8 million in, remember, always a tricky time down, relegated from the Premier League. So we'll see this with all the relegated clubs. Wipe that slate clean. People who aren't wanted not going to be able to be kept around to the same extent that you can on Premier League money. Here's the big one. There it is. Bournemouth, new to the Championship, have cashed in to the tune of 40 million quid on Nathan Ake, 25 years old. And Pep Guardiola, very high on him. And in he goes to, second place, Manchester City now. But they're never going to be far away from challenging for every competition they're in. So a good job from Ake there. Remember, he had a clause that would have allowed Chelsea to come in. So everyone else has come in around that 40 million quid mark and just gone over the top of it. Remember, with clauses they're often minimum fee release clauses. And if someone comes in with higher, then the fee does naturally go up as well. So don't just assume because someone has an amount in a clause that that's the amount they go for. Because obviously, if the clause is written well and someone else comes in higher than that, then bosh, we get a bidding war anyway. I think it just sets the level and no one can come in underneath. So Ake comes in. That's going to be the start of a clear out at Bournemouth, but the highest saleable asset going there. And if transfer Mark deemed this a Championship transfer, you can see the Musa Sissoko one there. I don't know what their criteria is, whether they class the season as starting when a game's been played, although you'd think the transfer window being open at Bournemouth for a Championship team there. So he would be number one. And you wonder with Emi Buendia at Norwich. For more than 40 million, I don't know. I don't know whether that will be broken again this summer. Remains to be seen. But certainly the start of a rejig there at Bournemouth, who are also looking for a full-time manager there. Jason Tindall looks to be favourite for that one as well. We could get Dean Holden, Jason Tindall, and all of these managers circling. The names. Now Lee Johnson, Eddie Howe needs a job. Chris Hughton, Mick McCarthy, all going to be overlooked for coaches that were already there. Just a quick one here. A few loans out as well. Toby Sibic, who had already gone out on loan from Barnsley to Hearts. He has gone off to Oostende, if I'm pronouncing that right, in Belgium. Barnsley had Killian Ludovic, hadn't they? Whether they'll go for him again at right back, because he was only on the loan. Connell Truman, that'd be disappointing news for him, because obviously Aitor Karanka doesn't fancy either of the goalkeepers there at Birmingham. Could have been a chance for him to step up there as Camp had been released, but no, he's gone out to AFC Wimbledon on loan. Jonathan Mitchell for Derby has gone to Northampton, who that says League 2. Northampton are now obviously in League 1. So I don't know at what point Transfermarkt are going to update this, especially with whether that is a new record there. Right. Let me know in the comments what you think of any of those signings, if they involve your club as the buying club or the selling club. Let us know your insight on the players. Are you pleased to get shot of them? Are you pleased to see them coming in? Have you pulled the pants down of the buying team, or have you had your pants pulled down by the buying team? Always works. Be honest about it. We don't want to get this kind of biased chit chat of anyone you sold wasn't good enough and anyone you bring in is the next Bobby Moore. Not so sure about that. Try and be objective, and if you don't know, you don't know, and we'll all find out, and that is okay. So that was episode 3 of Championship Transfer Update. We normally wait about sort of 10 transfers or so, and then I'll go. As I say, it's Thursday morning, so if anything big happens, we'll do a separate video, but then we will wait another couple of days before we do the next one. Like I say, unless something seismic happens in terms of, maybe a big transfer between championship clubs, but we will see. You can support the channel via Super Chat or subscribing on Patreon. Get involved in the comments. I'm very passionate about this being a place where we have the best discussions about the championship, but it's really, really important to me that in the comments, people are civil and nice, and I know I bang on about this, but I'm very passionate about, I think the standard of communication online is just atrocious, and people treat people in a way they would never, ever treat them face to face. Don't be one of those people, please, if you're going to be on the channel. Remember, I do have the block button and I do have the remove comment button. I don't really want to, because I do believe in free speech, but let's just try and make this, I'll accentuate the positive, let's just try and make this a good, friendly, sensible, civil, fact-based, no screaming, shouting, emotional football fan banter, point scoring nonsense place to discuss. But it's up to you. You let me know how you want to use the comments, and we'll make a judgment here. But please, I do, as always, invite all of your opinions down there in the comments. Just be nice. It doesn't cost a thing, does it? Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I will be back with another season review, and the joy of doing this is I don't know who I'm going to do. I think I've done 12 of them now, so 12 remaining. We'll see. But tune in later today, and unless there's any seismic news from the Bristol City management position, or Watford, or Bournemouth, or huge transfers, or I don't know, FFP stuff, then that will be the plan on the channel for today. But you never know. It's the championship. Anything can happen. Right. Thank you for watching. Get your thoughts in on those transfers, and I'll see you on the next video. Over and out.